I just recorded half this video and forgot to hit record on my microphone, so we're going to record it again. Welcome back to the Space Wheel channel. Getting out of tutorial hell can be pretty awful and hell. It really sucks to be in this place, but I'm going to give you a few tips that help me and still help me so you don't constantly find yourself down this rabbit hole of clicking tutorial videos to try to up your game dev skills. First off, learn the fundamentals. And here's my analogy for this. I got my first guitar when I was 10 years old, and I really wanted to play the song Sweet Child of Mine. I love the intro, the solo, I just love that song and really wanted to play it very badly. Maybe because of Guitar Hero. I spent months watching tutorials and watching people play and reading tabs, and eventually I could play it, but the problem was I was just copying what I was seeing. I spent so much time learning a song that was made by somebody with years and years of experience and way ahead of me that I never even understood why certain notes go good together or what scale the song was even in. So I didn't have any of the core foundation. And if I had learned the fundamentals first, I probably would have been able to piece together some of that song by myself. But sadly, my days of being Slash are over. Maybe. But through a game dev perspective, you cannot expect to know what a tutorial is even teaching you if you don't even know the foundation behind what they're doing. So be sure to try to know some of the fundamentals before you jump into something that's super advanced. And before we hit the next tip, it would mean the world if you leave a thumbs up, subscribe to the journey. I'll be starting devlogs here pretty soon, and I thought about starting them sooner. Although my project right now is not amazingly beautiful and a lot of placeholder graphics, I think it'd be very beneficial if you guys could see a project at its prototype stage. So if you're interested in seeing that, just leave a comment below and let me know. Thank you. The next tip I advise is to apply what you're learning. I mean, how many times do you sit through an entire tutorial and you get through it and it works, but you have no idea how it works? And now I'm going to hit you with another analogy. You can follow a basic cake recipe and get good results, but having the knowledge of what the purpose of the ingredients are by testing and experimenting is what's going to bring you to the next level. Eggs, for example, bring richness and moisture to a cake. You could add like 20 eggs to a cake and then compare it to the original recipe to see how they differ. You could end up with a scrambled egg cake, which is pretty innovative, but probably disgusting. Also comment below if we should do like a game dev baking challenge. It's definitely not been done. But my point is applying this simple thing that you learned and seeing how it affects the big picture. Now here's an example through the lens of developing games. So maybe you're learning the landscape tool in Unreal and you just discovered tutorials on height maps. So just take a minute away from the tutorial and make a ton of height maps. Make like 10 or 15 and just play around with brushes, values, dimensions, and all these different things. You know, import those height maps into your engine, test them out, apply them to your terrain, see how they affect it, and just see how things work. You might use a leaf brush on your height map and it just did something really cool and you just kind of experimented with it. And that's kind of how you learn. Regardless if you use this tool now or not, you could always use it for a later project and you can just put it away in your dev box. Now this next thing isn't really a tip, just some advice. You have to be honest with yourself when a tutorial is beyond your skill level. You're going to get burnt out really quick if you start taking on more advanced tutorials and trying to dissect them. It's just not worth it. When I get to a point of not understanding a tutorial, I'll start reevaluating what I'm learning. I'm working on an inventory UI right now, and it's very tricky to me. I've never done it before, so it's just all new. But I heard the term data table in one of the videos I was watching. So now I'm spending a little time learning about data tables, and it's became my eggs in baking. It's not adding moisture to my game, which I guess that's good. But I'm investigating and trying to determine if data tables is the way I want to go. And actually, in the end, I did scrap the idea and not even use data tables. But now I understand what they're used for, and I can always revert back to that if I ever want to use one. If you do find yourself in tutorial hell, I really hope that you get out, and I hope this video serves as a get out of hell free card. And here is my offer to you. I feel like that was good. But thank you so much for watching, and take care.